Alright folks, we're out here at the Graham Swamp Trail System. I just rode down to the rail to trail system. I'm actually going to check that out first before I start my ride. Today I'm going to do something a little bit differently because I'm trying to focus more on the future and racing a little bit more. Just trying to get better at riding in general. So I'm going to use the Strava app for the first time today. And I know what it is and how it works. I just never downloaded it. I didn't think that I was really into the position where I could utilize it properly and get some good times out of it. But now I think that I'm a little bit more advanced and evolving. We're gonna go ahead and try it out. I'm gonna ride Graham Swamp through one time without stopping, or at least try to, and see what time I get. So look forward to that. We're gonna go check out the trail system over that way, which is the rails to trails. Just want to go down it and check it out, and I'm gonna do some stretching. So I'll see you in a minute whenever we get back to the swamp trailhead. There absolutely was a time and place for this gimbal. Well, that's disappointing. They make you they give you all this like hype, and then right after you hit start. So we're going to cover this ride through the webcam and just critique it a little bit and talk about what was different about it and how I felt after the ride. Immediately, you ride differently whenever you're either racing or you're doing a time trial against yourself or part of a race. So that's one of the first things that I noticed, and I actually used to race cross country as far as running, and that's kind of how we trained. You run a lot of miles, a long distance, and take it a lot slower than when you typically race, because race is only 3 miles, and if you race, if you consistently run a lot longer, a lot slower, then you actually get faster, and it's kind of proven. So I knew that I would be riding a lot slower than what I would normally be riding at. Not only because of like pacing myself and the distance, but usually whenever I'm riding, I ride a lot faster for shorter periods, and then have a lot of peaks and valleys where I feel really tired after peaking out and riding a piece of trail as fast as I can. So the reason why I want to ride it slower consistently is so that eventually I could piece together the whole thing and do it fast all at once. And it's actually going to take a lot longer than me just doing it once slowly. A lot of people out here, including this guy named Moto Mike, check him out on Strava. He rides this trail about 5 times, so it's like 28 miles per ride, and he does it pretty slowly, but that means that his pace on one lap, if you wanted to race it, would be extremely fast. He could probably do it in like under 30 minutes if you wanted to. So just know that your pace is going to be different if you're riding against yourself or a race like this. Even if it's at your trail, your home trail, you'll be riding it a lot slower. You'll have to, because you can't make it through the trail riding as fast as you can, because you just won't be able to keep up. Your motor skills will start slipping, and then you'll have a fall or something else will happen. You'll have to stop. So that's one thing to look out for, and I noticed this a lot. I was taking a lot of the features that I would normally ride aggressively and progressively and do more jumps and other things on the features. I was riding them a lot more cautiously and taking them a lot slower, just because I knew that it would conserve energy and I would actually get through them a lot faster, because keeping yourself planted on the ground is actually faster in a lot of ways than airing stuff. It just depends on the situation, though. Yeah, that's one thing. I wanted to also talk about Strava and how it works. I'm going to be doing a video on this in the future, once I do some more studying and researching on the app and how it works. Like I said, I knew what Strava was before I did this, but I never used it because I didn't think I was really up to the riding ability where it would make sense for me. But now that I am up to that ability, I'm going to be using it every ride so I could track my progress. Even if it's not at my home trail, I'll be doing it wherever I am, and that'll just be a fun record system. That's one of the main reasons why you'd want to use it, is because you could record your rides and understand little nuances in your riding and how you ride differently depending on the day, you know, whatever. And it's a really cool app because it contains it all. It's completely free, so you don't have to worry about, you know, making a membership and paying for it. There are some upgrades that you could get with the premium account, but other than like I think there's like different scheduling and certain features that you get with the premium, but you really don't need that. The free account is just as good, and it'll give you what you need. So if you're new to Strava, check it out, and I'd really highly recommend it, especially if your riding capabilities are up to par with utilizing it. And next topic in the video, I want to talk about how riding recreationally is a lot different than riding and racing.
You guys enjoying this? Let me know in the comments. I'll start doing more videos like this where it's just me against the clock at different trails around Florida. Only ones that I'm familiar with though, and then those will spread as my mountain biking evolves, you know.
Riding recreationally is a lot different than riding and racing, especially, well, endurance riding and either time trials or racing or just endurance riding is a lot different than recreational riding. If you're out on the trail to enjoy nature and get into nature, then recreational riding is what you're going to be doing, and it's what Cami and I started off doing last year, and this is the 1-year anniversary coming up this month, so look forward to that. I want to do a progress video from first ride to now to see what the progress has been. And then yeah, so recreational riding is a lot more scenic and slow. It gives you time to take in the sights and kind of really enjoy them a lot more because you're going a lot slower, or, you know, taking time to stop and whatnot. And even though it's not quite as strenuous, you'll still get in shape and feel 100 times better than you did before you started riding. So even if you want to ride recreationally and not race, I still really recommend it to get out there because you'll feel a difference in your health. And then the racing side of things, you obviously ride things a lot quicker and kind of in tunnel mode. Your motor skills are a little bit lower than what they would normally be, and that's why you want to train a lot in bigger amounts than what you would normally race, because if you practice in big amounts, then that means that whenever you race in small amounts, you could still control yourself a lot better and still go really fast, because you'll know that you have the endurance and it should all just work out. There's science behind it. I'm not a scientist, but I know from previous experience that that's how it works, and it does. So all right, that's pretty much it for this video. I'll let you guys go with the rest of the ride, and if you enjoyed this style where I'm like talking over with the webcam, just let me know in the comments, give it a thumbs up, and that's about it. Subscribe if you want more videos like this, and hit that little notification bell if you want to stay up to date with when I'm uploading. It'll give you a notification every time I upload. And go out there and create your own adventure however you can today. Spread some positivity. See you on the next one.
Tight one that Kimmy always has trouble with. Thank you. Oh, caught him. I didn't think it was going to be an issue to do so. My sweat is getting all up on the bars and creating frictionless surface. Last climb here. Come on, buddy. Go, 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 go. Ah, you animal. Woo. I'm on top now. Got those endorphins kicking in. Need to take a breath. Oh, see that? That tree almost got me. Try to take the outside there to avoid that, but especially right now I have the adrenaline of a drunken monkey fighting Bruce Lee. Can't jump this. Hands are too slippery. Woo! Come on, Papa. Yee! 39.26, baby. Not bad for a single speed. Not bad at all. You guys, that was intense. That was super intense.